You ready to
Right.
go?
I'm ready.
They're the first people here, man. This will be absolutely delighting that they're here first.
Yeah.
Is it ready to go?
Oh, lovely. Yeah. What a lovely image.
I mean, that's what they never say because it just looks awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically, it was a homosexual rape.
Yeah.
And I mean rape.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
And basically, the police and the
Hi.
fire.
Yeah.
I'll find anyone then. I haven't even got any of these calls. You want the long haul? What?
Well, yeah, this is mine. This is mine.
Duke's call.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Linda's fine. Oh, great.
Wait, who's Linda's fan?
Yeah.
They're here. Yeah, right, and I technically am because I did my sports day there from Long House.
I'm a black belt in taekwondo.
Hey, brilliant! My brother's a senior master. He's coming on the set as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be brilliant. When that fight he went here when it was the second one. You lot, when he seriously, he hears the words Duke, not even Duke. He goes, Ponce's Horace. Yeah, it is. It's just aggressive, and it's because he came here.
I'll fight like one man.
And is that ready to go? Film. Are you filming? Yeah, no, Don's going to be going.
Chaps, how are you?
Brad.
Donald.
Jacob.
Brad. How are you? Michael, nice to meet you.
She's gone inside and check out.
Hello.
How are you? All right.
Start meet in the middle. Look at that team right there.
Rotate. This is Donna, by the way. Did you get any?
Roll camera.
Camera speed.
Sound speed.
Scene 7, part 1, slate 1, take 1.
Say one. No. Background action.
GSA.
Action.
Hiya, pal. You alright?
Hiya, son.
Hello, hen.
Hey, hiya.
Hiya. I brought you a sandwich from Turnbull's for your lunch.
Ooh, Bobby.
So the buffet's being delivered at 5.
No, it's not. I keep telling her to go to the doctor, but she won't listen to me.
Get off, will you, for God's sake. How wait? See you later.
Drop.
Get it.
Just. Bye.
Just this today, please.
Yeah.
And cut!
Cut there!
I worked with Chris on a film and he spoke to us about this opportunity and I was like, yeah, I'll definitely do that, yeah, good fun. I'll get the week off work and I'm sorted. I've never done it before, but this is absolutely fantastic. I'm absolutely loving it. It's really good fun. The fact, just before we had to hunt for one of the actors and actually going around hunting for them, checking everywhere, that's probably the most hardest part. I'm hopefully going to university in September, so anything to do with film, the cameraman, acting, anything like that, it's just, my mind's open to whatever comes.
It hasn't even got a job, it's in the script, it's not a job. Yeah, but you still do Tom really?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do Tom a job?
I knew Chris from Northern Stage when I was doing work with him in Young Company, and he invited me on set. Everyone's been really cooperative and just leads everyone into it, which I'm really happy with.
30 years.
Yeah, I've got one there. Oh, there, sure.
And then the second take is your shoot here.
And then will you then come and do some coverage of just Chris at the machine on his own?
Singles, I'm going to do singles.
Got an alternative. What you see here is it says day one of the script. It says the alternative script is that basically me and Lewis, we rule, right? After Brownie says about dropping the money in the machine, Lewis is going to kick off. There's going to be bloodshed. And then there's an underlying love story between me and Tina, who only comes in here. She doesn't like betting. She only comes in because she fancies me. And the only reason Vicky works here is because she fancies me as well. It's a much better story, I think. You're right, Chris. Yeah. You'll not be dropped, but you'll Well,
what you going to do? Duck me wages?
feel good about themselves.
Sing again.
If one hits you in the face, you
That one's not going to work.
Let me just have a look at it. No,
Who's ball is that? I'll take it home.
Are you going for the bin or the...
Table bin.
Oh, you can see it's going to work. You know it's going to work. You definitely. Yeah. So you're going to wait. Let's hit both tables in. Both tables in the bin. That's not bad. Thank you.
Booking shops. I don't. I mean, I know one of them there who I used to play football with. He liked to bet. Him and his mate used to go for bets on a Saturday morning, and they'd always tell us how they got on at lunchtime when we used to get picked up to go play football. But we never got told when they won, so they didn't tell us very much, or very often, I should say.
I used to accompany my mother to the bookies as a child because she used to put a bet on for her father.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've only been in bookies for Grand National and things like that. As Tom said as well. But I have seen locals go in and out of the bookie shops all the time and that. So there are a couple of characters similar. I would definitely say.
But it feels real.
Oh yes, it does, especially the bandit. Because I know a lot of people just go in the bookies and just sit on the bandit and stuff like that. You know.
Part time. I'll see you later, lads. Have a good fucking.
My dad's a bricklayer, my mum's a lollipop lady, and my brothers, they work in factories. But yeah, I'm basically the only performer in the family, so it's nice to have that kind of different side, but also they live a cool life as well, and they do some cool stuff, and it's cool. The support is a lot as well, so that's fun. Always came along to my shows from when I was little, from when I was trying to sing or trying to dance, trying to do a bit of musical theatre, and that was definitely not my path. But they're all the supporters and they love what I do, and I think they're very proud. Yeah.
Action. Go on, Swear. Keep going. You can do it. Keep going. No. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep. Oh, bloody useless. I like you, son. You know.
The thing about Toots is he's my brother, basically. That's how I base my character off. But yeah, the bricklaying side's a bit me, but that kind of working class, kind of funny, charismatic kind of cracks came from my brother, and that's if you knew my brother, you would definitely see a bit of Toots in him.
We never thought they could survive on smugness alone.
Okay. And reset. No, keep going. Another one. Ben's dropped in his
Settle. Still running.
to try and sell it to a television channel. Should we say channel? Sell it to a television channel. Get it commissioned. Remade. I mean, this is probably a non-broadcast pilot, but get it remade and get it on television. Hopefully, to have a television program on the actual television.
To my mind, I have produced at various levels various things, from doing beautiful colour-coded spreadsheets and call sheets and things like that, to production managing, to generally producing bits, which means getting people to places on time and making sure that things happen on the way. So this time I'm doing lots of cooking and driving, which is great actually, because if you have everybody well fed, people are generally happier. People are tired, working very hard, focused. If you just have a pasty to eat, it's quite miserable. I quite like the fluidity of it. You said earlier, how did I have faith in this production? So from lots of experience of working with this wonderful team, I know that no matter how random it is, whether it's 1 minute 5 people or the next minute 35 people, it works beautifully and it does work seamlessly. So it's not ever stressful. The ever-changing parameters are never stressful. You have great faith in this very professional team, so it's fine and it's easy.
I came to meet Chris when I was looking on Facebook and I saw his post looking for local talent in Alnwick. And of course, considering how I've had experience with theatre in the past, with high school productions, I decided I would try and test my hand at the film industry. So I joined the team, we started the project, and we've been filming it over the past year. Actually, we've finished it really, and it's going to premiere next week, so I look forward to seeing it. All in all, Chris is amazing. He makes you feel comfortable, he gives you sound advice, and overall I feel like I'm a better person for working with him. With your own project, you're the one in control. With running, you've got to think about all of the cast, the crew, and what they want. And what I like to do is I like to think ahead of time. I like to plan out. When are they having a tea break? Can I get the coffee ready? And I want to have everything set out for them so they don't need to worry about anything, they don't need to think about anything, just their lines and their performance. All in all, we're here to just help ease them, to make the job simpler. And all in all, I find joy in organising stuff like that. It's one of my specialties, really. It's always best multitasking and using your various traits and skills to just make things run as effectively and smoothly as possible. It's all of that goes together to make one seamless production, and that's what I've wanted to achieve here.
I am sorry, Hazel.
Well, you've ruined me morning, Annie. I should have been at the butcher's by now.
I said, oh, fucking took the jacket off and I don't know why. Sorry.
I do think more regional stuff is going to be more successful, and people are venturing out of the norm at the moment, which is nice. I think with Netflix and all the major Stan, and they're all doing their TV shows at the moment, it's actually giving a broader range to film and TV. I even think Northumberland's been, oh God, what was I watching? Country to City or something, some moving show, and Northumberland was being featured on it, and I was like, oh, it's not often that you see Northumberland on anything, let alone to do. No, it's good.
It opens your chest, so it helps with the accent, because I keep slipping into Geordie, and I need to keep getting back down to the Manchester.
I think he's asking a question.
Yes.
Because I was thinking that's what I was like, what?
Roll it.
Roll it. Gent. What's that? Bruni. And that's what Fox is. Because as soon as you go Bruni to Tooney, it's what you're going to do. Gotta keep it, Manchester, Lancashire, York, that end. Well, I'm Bruni to Tooney. You Bruni? Dinner time, so no, I'm not.
I am Abby Stobbs and I will be playing Vicky.
Ah, right, and who's Vicky?
Vicky is one of the lads' girlfriends who has a little bit of a to-do with him, and there's a bit of a story that goes with it. Taking as many opportunities as possible, and things like this are an amazing experience to get to work on with people who are doing full-on professionals. So it's I've got a mic on and everything, and in filming obviously you get a lot of more takes to be able to take it and do the shot, and obviously on stage you have to just do it then, but in stage you have months of rehearsals and the Northern stage show that me and Coops, who's also in this, have done, we started in like September, like workshopping it, and then we were rehearsing from like February to perform for a week in April. So like we had quite a lot of rehearsal time, whereas you get a few rehearsals here and then you just go for it.
Rolling! Camera. And background action. Background. Hold it. Cut, reset.
That was a quick do that. What'd you do?
No, I didn't do anything. It was the absence that fucked it up. Where's the goal? There's something going on around the corner.
Oh no. But when you were pushing on the wall.
It came through on the camera down that side.
Rolling.
Trying to press through the wall.
Team, here we go. Background action. Background. Action.
John, how's it going? Are you fine, Ethan?
John?
Hey, what's going on, Brony the Tourney?
You for the neat?
Dinner time, so funny enough, no, I'm not out for the neat.
Oh man, what are you doing now?
But luckily, what these lads are wearing, it doesn't actually matter. Sometimes if you're wearing like a white T-shirt and then you have a black band, it'd be like, oh look what they're wearing. Like what is that girdle thing that they're holding their cutting with? Oh, it's a radio mic. It's all a bit obvious, but with what they're wearing, it doesn't matter.
Cool. Do you think it makes any difference where that it's in Alnwick? Does it make any difference it being the northeast and the language, or yeah?
Yeah, I think. In fact, I know I do. It gives it a real sense of place, and it gives it a real sense of time as well. You know, and the idea that there are these bookies across the country, but each one will be telling a very, very different story based on the circumstances. And you know, working with these guys, where it's also about inclusion and social justice and mobility and all those kind of things. Actually, the way you can show that without being kind of colonialist or didactic is actually setting in those communities, embracing that community, and your production a part of that community as well. And so it's not just kind of a whole bunch of posh people going, yes, we're going to talk about the poor people now. That's not what it is. It's actually by the people, for the people, that kind of wonderful feeling of it. And I think it does make a massive, massive difference. I think it makes a difference in not only the working practices and the warmth of that, but also in actually the content. You know, in the script, Chris and Kath, I'm reading jokes that I've not read ever before. And when you're reading scripts, it's a bit like stories. There's only really 7 jokes, as well as there's only 7 stories. And we can kind of rehash them and reframe them, but it's the same joke. And with this, it's not. You're going to be hearing things that you have never heard before, laughing at concepts and ideas that have never been introduced to you. And the only way they can be introduced is because they're from a different world being represented properly.
Gregory, just get the baby dog one.
Yeah.
Just do remember I told you Greg or Gregory.
Yeah? How are we feeling? Good? No. Range? Good?
Wait, what was that name again?
Greg or Gregory.
Oh, you think I'm not wise?
Oh, sweetheart, I do not think that you're not wise.
If she comes, she's going to do some readings for the lasses.
Oh, yeah?
Aye.
But I wouldn't charge, mind. No, I could never do that.
No, but I could.
Is Rosie's outfit relevant to her character?
100%.
Yes, in what way?
She wouldn't wear jeans.
No.
She wouldn't be constricted like that. She likes to just be free and easy and just put on whatever. She's not really that bothered about what
She's
she looks
also a
like.
fixer. You're a doer. She gets
I'm
gets
always
stuff
on the
done.
move. Yeah,
Gets stuff done. Yeah.
And what about your
I'm
character?
Bruna and I play Janet, and I hear voices and I read cards and angels, and I hear things and sometimes get it right.
You do get it right.
Sometimes
I think
not.
you're quite good, actually.
Yeah.
You right, Gregory? I'll ding you later, yeah? Nice.
Did you just say Gregory?
Oh, have a day off, will you, Jan?
Oh, what's up, you?
Who's on Glenn's boy in the 3:30?
Oh, Rowley.
Oh, you're bloody joking. Fancied that. Oh, go on, give a go anyway.
Do you want to take the odds on it?
Keep it down on you.
Why then?
No, John over there getting wind of it.
Truth.
Who else? Every time he asks me who I've got in a race, it's a knackered dog.
That canny
Yeah. That's all from making all my luck, though.
Give us a different quid, honey. The machine won't take it.
What I really like about the way Chris writes is he writes people that he's seen.
Yeah.
He writes people that he knows, and so does Ed, and so does everybody else. The whole family seems, when they write, to write people they know and people they've seen, and not say, right, we need an idiot. Right, let's think of an idiot. What would the idiot look like? They think, right, can you remember any idiots we knew when we were kids? Yeah, I know one. Oh yeah, him. Yeah, we'll write him. He'll do it. He'll put the part in, and that can only help to make it more naturalistic, and comedy does come out of naturalism, which is bizarre, but that can only help it more. That can only help the whole character along, really, if it's actually based in fact.
Your language.
Oh man, you over in Clayport Gardens. You'll be coming all airs and graces with me.
Did you bet England to lose, like?
That's all right, I did. Only time I enjoy watching them play, no?
I couldn't bet against the young team.
Anyone drop this machine?
Not well I've been on.
It's a very unique region around about Alnwick, and it's got a very unique sense of humour as well, and so I think that's really useful to understand that, and to understand how our character can be well known across the entire county, never mind just across, like where I come from in Woking, East End of Newcastle. The character will be known across 7 or 8 streets, because there's that many people so tightly compacted, but around here a big character like Bruni the Toonie can be known from here to Walkwith to Amble to everywhere, and having had that those weekends up here as a child all that time, I understand that, so that really helps.
I wasn't in last night.
Buddy. Ding later. Newbie lass as well.
Yeah, good, motivated. We're pretty much getting paid in bants and laughs, and there's a high supply of it, so I feel overpaid, if anything.
I'm feeling great, actually. We finished an hour early yesterday, so I'm thinking that today we're going to finish like 2 to 3 hours early, keeping up the good going. To be honest, there's a guy here called Master Don Deedigan, and he
keeps stuff disciplined. Exactly, and he also likes to pull chairs out from under me, and I'm looking forward to smashing my knee in again, as this is something that has happened in the past.
So I thought there was any way. I thought, well, I'll just whip that little baby away. He goes like this. Oh, jeez. Then you might have heard it on the camera. Elsie sat back there and she saw it, but I
in a room of 100 people.
Yeah, and he gets back up. He says, "Tell me I wasn't imagining there was a chair there." So too much icon over there. The chair. I'm filming. I told that story just the other day.
Who am I placing the bets on? Screens on that. I'm placing all my bets on my good friend here, Connor Deedigan. I think that he's
Connor Banana.
Yeah, Connor Banana. Connor Banana is going to win everything. Connor's Banana is renowned. Is that what it was, or just?
I think it's just Connor Banana.
Connor Banana.
Okay. Yeah, they all do sound like innuendos.
Innuendos.
He comes in the pub, couple of games are pulling along. Well, he's a good player, like.
The pub? Do you know how old he is?
Time change,
Not while I've been on.
He says Alan dropped it last night.
I wasn't in last night.
Yeah, that's it.
You got an exit from camera.
Shit.
And then Cooper's out of it. Let's see Chris.
miserable. Are we ready? How do we
Are you happy, Chris? I feel like you changed the blocking, Tom. I'm pretty sure you were over there. Yeah, thank you, Chang Tom.
Yeah, man.
Are we good? How are we?
Yeah.
There's the characters within the Bookies who can't stop gambling. Like, it's really compulsive, and it's the sort of duality of gambling offering people hope at the same time as it kind of takes it away. You know, so that's the sort of the pathos of it. There's loads of comedy available in that world, but the pathos of it is everybody's there because they're hoping that things will change. You know, the next bet will get us a new life. Like, the next bet's the one, I'll win big, and everything will change. But actually, they're all just prisoner there, you know, and it's repetitive. It's every day, and there's a character in it called Toots, the young lad who's addicted to the fruity, and him and Annie have got this really amazing bond. She's kind of like a surrogate mum, like an auntie or whatever, but they're like cellmates, you know. They're both trapped there in this cell together, and they're both there all day, every day. These are real stories. This, you know, look, gambling's a huge thing in this country, you know, and mainly in working class areas. Every high street you go to in a working class area has got 5 bookies on it, you know, bookies and chemists, because of all the addiction.
We've been back and forward to the Bookies for the past 3-4 weeks, going in, just having a bit look around, and you get the characters in, and certainly there's a couple of one-liners that's been put in this, which has just happened like a couple of weeks ago when we've been standing. You know, one of the ones, are you out on the drink? When he comes in and he's like, funny enough, it's 12 o'clock. Nah, we're not. That actually happened about 3 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago on the Bookie. So yeah, it's very real. Just, you know, everybody pulls their weight, and you know, it all comes together. And I think everybody that's been on that set, do you know what I mean? The food's been absolutely fantastic. You know, the guys that's running everywhere doing the pickups, and you know, everybody pulls their weight, and I've enjoyed it. I have. It's been a fantastic week.
Why are you doing it? Why?
Yeah. For love. For
Yeah.
love. Yeah. For Chris.
You know, I'm running more, son. Thank you, well. Hey, come here to remember the, he does the Jude, we'll do that again. It's near the
Alright, ladies and gents, thanks very much for your time. That is a wrap on principal photography on the Bookies pilot. But Toby will do some cutaways of people eating and drinking or whatever, but there'll be no sound, freestyle. Have a lovely party time.
Well done, son.
Well done, mate. Yeah, brilliant. So, Michael's our executive producer, our financier, who brought
How do you spell that?
Oh,
that's too
rude. He's made this whole thing happen. It literally would not have happened without him and Ed.
You writing it?
That's part of it. And Ed and Donna from Can Do. Without these people, it doesn't happen. It's just still an idea in my head or a script. So yeah.
So good to see it coming to life. Like, it was watching it the last couple of days. I did fill up a couple of times. I gotta be honest with you, because it's like, I can sort of associate with this.
Yeah.
It's like I sort of lived it.
Yes. Yeah, it's about our childhood. A lot of it. Our childhood is the setting and the backdrop of it, and all the characters are our family, and based on our mother, who was this indomitable single mother who brought us up and was funny and resilient and worked really hard.
Strong as an ox.
Worked a full-time job as well as bringing up kids. It's just it's dedicated to my mum and my gran Essie Lockie, who was the sort of main characters. That was her. She's the matriarch of that family.
and she was a single mother herself, so it kind of is about single mothers.
Doing a great job.
I just want to thank, it's a massive crew. There's a few different production companies that have all come together. Attraction Films, Can Do Arts for Sustainable Development. Let's try that one again. Can Do Art for Sustainable Development. Bentley and Bentley, Source Material Media, and Nick Agger Sound, and everyone else. Dave Brown, the community of Alnwick, all the young people from my group who came and ran on it. Everyone, the cast, the crew, it's just the town, Northumberland. It's just thanks to everyone.
And would you like to sing now?
I would. I'd like to sing this.
Right, would you like to dance?
I just want to go and eat some quiche.
Yes, quiche it is.
Quiche.
Real Northern Many
I'm
quiche.
hitting the buffet.
Good.